Online cheating 3 months before wedding, and Ukrainian war on the same night. Hi guys, on the 23rd, I got a strange message notification from a woman I didn't know. I opened it and thought it was a joke. My soon-to-be husband and partner for 5 years has had an online relationship with her for a year. In the course of that year, he proposed to me and we bought an apartment together. In my eyes and the eyes of many, we were the strongest couple I had ever seen. Best friends doing PhDs in the same field, doing lots of fun things, great sex life. I loved his family and he loved mine. These news were so shocking. When I came home, I hit him many times. I am usually a very reflective person and I have never hit anyone in my life ever. Some hours later, the Ukrainian war broke out and a large part of my family is currently on the front, fleeing and hiding. I really don't know how to survive all this. The worst part is that he was very sorry and remorseful and cried. Looking at our family albums that contained our whole lives, and I was prepared to work past it all. But the day after he took off to his parents, he did not contact me. I tried to call him and his family, but he ignored me and it almost felt like I had cheated on him and not the other way around. He is usually so loving, but his actions after the news broke out made the whole cheating look like nothing. I was shocked. This is not the man I know. Last night we talked and he said that me hitting him was what made him believe that we should not be together. I am ashamed of myself for hitting him, but the reality is that I don't remember the most of it. I later read an article on bling rage. I blacked out on the bathroom floor after I hit him. There is no excuse for my actions either, but I am really not okay with him equating his cheating with my reaction to his cheating. Those messages were so disgusting. Do any of you have any words of advice in this dark time? I am filled with dread for my family and the good thing in my life getting ripped out of my hands. Help. Now for the top advices. Here's an advice from Corgi Cake. A relationship that has dealt with both cheating and physical abuse is generally not going to be salvageable. I'm sorry for what you're going through, but you handled it poorly. There's no point equating or comparing the two transgressions. What's done is done. The situation your family is currently in is incredibly sad to hear about, and you have my condolences. I recommend focusing on that side of things for now. Healing from your relationship is something that will take time, and you need your head to be clear in order to focus on healthy personal growth. Here's another advice from Adventurous Place 10. I'm so sorry about what you're going through. This senseless war killing innocent people. My heart goes out to you and Ukraine. I think your boyfriend is switching the blame onto you. He cheated but doesn't want to face what he did. I'm not approving the fact that you hit him. Violence is not acceptable, but you were hurt. Instead of accusing you, he could at least take his part of the blame. This relationship is over. Another advice from Beneficial Intern 731. Yeah, an online affair with someone else during such advancements in your life together, considering you are both doing PhDs, curious in what? Only speak that there might be something deeper as a problem, maybe with both of you, or maybe just him. First, give each other some time and space. Discuss how much you both think seems reasonable. Second, agree these are two different issues. One, his online behavior, and second, your reaction. You both have something, not equal though, to be sorry about. 3. Watch these guys. They've done plenty of research on relationships, couples, and whether, how, and why marriages work. Also recommending Esther Perel and a negotiation book, Never Split the Difference. P.S. It's not written your relationship has to happen. Don't go back with the sunk cost of fallacy or the halo effect of fallacy. Just because you lived together for so long, bought an apartment, and got engaged, you have to continue the relationship, and because he is doing PhD in a similar field, that makes him good in other areas. You seem intelligent, maybe pretty. You'd find someone else, he will too. Next story. Am I the ill for choosing my future husband's daughter over my niece? Concluded. Caps were not necessary. This is a repost. Original poster has deleted their account. I, 46, female, am marrying my fiancé, 50. He has a daughter, Davina, 18, from his previous marriage. I don't have any children nor do I want any. I have been with him for 11 years now. Davina and I are close. I love her like a daughter. My sister, 45, has a daughter, Jess, 18. Now, it should be noted that Davina is an only child. She doesn't have any step or half siblings on her mother's side as well. This will be important later. Davina and Jess used to be friends. They go to the same school, but when they got to high school, they grew apart. Davina became popular. She made a lot of friends. Jess is introverted. She didn't like being in the crowd, so she just stopped associating with her. She started making up excuses when Davina would ask her to hang out, just the two of them. My sister is a single mom. I would sometimes help her with Jess when she was little. She would come over to my place at times before she got into high school. But ever since she started avoiding Davina, she doesn't come over unless necessary. I have spoken to both Jess and Davina multiple times, and both have confirmed that there is no bullying. When I got engaged, Jess asked me if she could have a part in the wedding. I said sure. Now I have asked Davina to be maid of honor and Jess to be a bridesmaid. Jess wasn't happy. Davina was getting a more important role. Jess asked me to not give Davina a role at all, that she should be a regular guest. I said no. Sister called and asked the same thing. I said no to her as well. When I asked them why, their reply was literally, I don't like her. A few weeks ago, Dee and I ran into them at the mall. Davina was attempting to make small talk with Jess, but she just snapped at her. When Davina said, sorry, I didn't know you were in a bad mood, my sister snapped at me about how Davina is being spoiled as an only child, how she abandoned Jess once she got her flashy friends, how I am enabling Davina to let Jess continue live in Davina's shadow, about how fake I am when I speak to Dee's mom when I meet her at school games. She said this was harming Jess' mental health. At this point, Davina excused herself and called her mom to pick her up. She said, if I continue having a relationship with Davina, she and Jess will no longer want a relationship with me. When I reminded her that she would be my stepdaughter soon, she said she wants me to be civil with her and not trying to be her second mom. She said it was time I returned to our family instead of a random teenager. I said she and Jess were my family, but I also chose Davina to be my family when I chose to be with my fiancé. Jess started crying. People started staring, so we just left. I don't know what sis told everyone, but now a lot of family members have blocked me. My parents and fiancé are on my side, but Davina has started spending more time at her mom's. Have I been unknowingly cruel to Jess? Should I take some time to just focus on Jess? Am I the a-hole? Edit. Spoke to mom who spoke to sis. Will be meeting sis after work. Update. Didn't get a lot of attention, and I don't know if anyone will see this, but here is what happened. Thanks to everyone who told me to speak to sister. I called my mom a few hours after I posted original. I spoke to my sister 2 days ago. Apparently, the issue between the girls was a boy. Yes, a boy. Jess liked him during freshman year, but he didn't like her back. Junior year, he starts going out with Davina and they are still together. Jess asked Dee to break up with him without giving her a reason to do so, and got upset when she didn't. Seeing Jess upset, sister also asked Davina to break up with him one day after showing up where Davina works. Yes, she cornered a kid during her work. Davina laughed in her face and said no. Other than that, she herself admitted Dee has done nothing to them. And those of you who said she wanted money, my sister and Jess were under the impression that I would offer to pay for Jess's college. I was surprised, and when I asked why, her response was, because we are family and you are helping with a random person's college. I am only paying for Davina's books. My fiancé and Dee's mom are paying for everything else because she is not eligible for scholarship because parents have a higher income. At this point, I was angry and told her I would have offered to pay for Jess' books as well, but now I am not giving her a penny. Sis looked horrified, but I left before she could say anything. Later, someone added me to a group chat with family members who had earlier blocked me. They said I had strayed from family and I should come back to them. that I can make it up to them by fully paying for Jess and her brother's college. I left the chat and blocked them all. Won't be talking to them anytime soon. Earlier today, I spoke to Dee's mom. She agreed to let me pick her up from work. I spoke to Dee, took her to dinner, explained everything. She was happy. Apparently, sister had told Jess she was meeting me, and Jess cornered her at school and told her I wouldn't want her in my life anymore. Davina was relieved to know it wasn't happening. She will be coming here tomorrow. Now for the top comments. Here is a comment from Bloody Mary HB. It's kinda weird when people want to use someone else's money and they don't even try to be nice to them. Like, why would OP even think about paying for someone who is not just entitled to her money, but also who she could or couldn't talk to or care about? And what kind of parent would ask a girl to break up with her boyfriend so her daughter can be happy? Like, what's the point? Hope to be the second best thing for some guy? Great parenting right there. Here's another comment from Bloody Mary HB. I hope this story is over right there. But something tells me the entitlement of this girl would make her come back for another round. Money is what they want after all. Maybe she learns to behave for a few days as you said, and then go back to be an a-hole once she gets what she deserves.